Hey guys, Kara Snyder here from karasnyder.com. Thanks for joining in with me today, and I hope that you will join with me over the next 30 days. So, some of you may be watching this off of my YouTube channel, some of you may be watching on my Facebook page, wherever you are, wherever you're watching, maybe even clicked on a link from my blog. Thank you for joining in, and I just hope that for you, that this will be helpful for you. My prayer is that it will help one. That over the next 30 days, if God can use these videos to help one person who is in a battle for their life with depression, who is truly struggling and just having a hard time, that you will see you're not alone. You will see that there is hope, and you will see that God hasn't forgotten you. He has not forgotten you. He has not left you. He has not forsaken you. And He is right there with you. He is right there with you. So, thank you again for joining in. Thank you for sharing this with your friends, and thanks for walking this journey with me. So the first scripture that I wanted to share with you guys for day one is one that just spoke to my heart, and it spoke to my life maybe more towards the end of my struggle with depression and coming out of it, but I want to share it with you guys first. So this is from Psalms 40, and it is verses 1 through 3. And it says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the pit of destruction, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. And again, that is Psalms 40, 1 through 3. And maybe you can agree with me in this. And sorry, guys, my dog may bark. Let me see if I can get his attention. We have a golden doodle, by the way. So, and again, when I do these videos, it's always in one take, and it is very raw and it is very real. So, hopefully, he will be a good boy through the rest of them. But so, this talked about at the beginning. I waited patiently for the Lord, and He climbed to me, and He heard my cry. He drew me up from the pit of destruction. And truly, depression, that is what it is. It is a pit. It is a pit. And it wants to destroy you. It wants to suck the life out of you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And maybe some of you are there, and you understand and you totally get what I'm saying. It wants to destroy you. And it wants to take you out. And it wants you to feel worthless, hopeless, useless, purposeless. It wants you to feel all of those things. And it wants you to feel like you are stuck. You know, you're stuck in that pit. And I was there, and I felt that way. And I was like, I'm never going to get out of this. It was like quicksand almost, like mud. Like it had dried around my feet, and I couldn't get out. I couldn't move. I wanted to get out. I wanted to move, and maybe you feel that way too. And I felt like it was never going to end, that it was just going to be my life. And it was awful, and it was hard, and it was lonely, and it was dark, and it was scary. And there were times where I said, God, where are you? Have I failed you? Have I just completely missed the boat? Have I lost my purpose here? And it was just like I couldn't find my way. And maybe you're there. Like I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what way was up. I didn't know which way was any way. I was just truly stuck. And so maybe you're stuck there too. But I love what this says at the beginning. It says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and He inclined to me, and He heard my cry. So this is David talking, and David dealt with a lot of this as well. But it says He waited patiently. And guys, like I said in the beginning, this is going to be a process. It's a long process, and it's a hard process. But there is beauty in the brokenness, in your mess, and in the waiting. I had to go back, and I had to deal with some stuff that I had never dealt with in my life, even on down into my childhood, that I didn't realize was there. What helped me in dealing with that was a counselor and journaling. So those two things were huge for me in the beginning. But I had to go back, and I had to deal with those things, and I had to let God just begin to deal with my heart and pull back some things that were lies. One of the biggest lies was that I thought I had to be perfect for God to use me, and I had to have everything together. And if I wasn't, there was no way he was gonna be able to use me. Which we all know that's a lie. Let's go back and look at everybody that he used in the Bible. David is a perfect example. He was not perfect at all. I mean, he did some pretty bad stuff, but God said that he was a man after his heart. So right there, you're going to have to get rid of those lies that's holding you down in that pit. And maybe you're like me and you deal with that lie of needing to be perfect and needing to have it all together. The Bible tells us that we need to bear one another's burdens, that Jesus came for the sick and the hurting, and that he does have a purpose and a plan for all of us. So wait patiently for the Lord. And it even says, he inclined to me and he heard my cry. So if he's inclining to us, he's turning to us. He's leaning down to us. So don't stop praying to him. Don't stop crying out to him and letting him know, God, this is where I'm at. Help me. Help me. So be honest with him. Continue praying to him and reaching out to him. And know that he does hear your cry. And he's going to pull you out of that pit of destruction one foot at a time, one step up at a time. I know it's slow. I know it's hard, but it is worth it. You are worth it. The purpose that God has for you is worth it to climb out of that pit. And he is going to set you up on a rock. And not only is he going to do that, he's going to give you a new song. He's going to give you a testimony to share from this. He's going to give you a message from the mess to help someone else. So cry out to him. Know that you're not alone in that pit. Know that each step out of that miry clay is worth it, and that you are going to eventually get on a firm foundation on the rock. So I am praying for you guys. Stay tuned for the next videos over the next 30 days. Again, if they are helpful for you, please share this page, share this YouTube channel, share my blog. You can subscribe to all of those, and just know that I'm with you, and that if God can pull me out and give me hope, I promise you he wants to do the same for you. So thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.